Hey guys, this is Lego Man, and today's video is going to be a behind the scenes look at the processes I use for making my Lego stop motion animations. So we'll go through my setup and construction, my animation, and then my editing, both visual and audio. So this video will give you a good idea of the general processes for my stop motion. And if you have any questions along the way, make sure to leave them in the comments section and I'll make sure to get to them. So we'll get started here. So the first part of the process is setting up and constructing my set. So what you're seeing right here is a news broadcast that was done on my channel about a year ago, just a local story. And so as you can see, I just have my tables set up in our studio and then some base plates on top of that, and then Legos and the sets and minifigures on top of that with my camera and my laptop to the side. Also, I have some lighting and a blue backdrop that helps with animating and just getting physically set up for it. So setup is about as simple as that. Really, for animating, you just need to take advantage of whatever spaces and resources that are available to you. So after setup and construction, I move on straight to animating, which is as simple as plugging my webcam into my laptop and taking pictures. So the software I use for animation is Stop Motion Studio 4.0. The stop motion software you use doesn't really matter as long as it does a good job of compiling the photos into a video. I would recommend, though, that you avoid using stop motion programs on mobile devices just because you don't have as much control over what you're doing. But I animate at a frame rate of 15 frames per second, and I use a Logitech C910 webcam. So although all those pictures add up, and you'll take thousands of pictures just for a 2-minute video. Because you're literally taking thousands of pictures during this animation process, this part will take the most amount of time. It usually takes 2 to 3 weekends to animate one video of about 2 minutes in length. When I'm done animating, all I have to do is export the project file to a video file, and then we get started on the visual and audio editing portion. The 3 post-production editing softwares I use are GIMP, Audacity, and HitFilm for Express. So GIMP, as shown here, is a photo editing software. I use this to edit individual frames of a stop motion. So I might create a green screen background on a flying object or minifigure. I might as well use it just to create a contrast in coloring or just change the lighting of an individual frame. So though it may be more difficult to learn this new software at first, GIMP has a variety of uses and I would highly recommend it. Okay, so the next piece of software I use for audio editing is called Audacity. Now, Audacity is an audio editor that edits audio clips that have been previously recorded. So once I record a sound effect or just a voice dialogue or something like that, I can apply various changes to its speed, pitch, bass, and treble, and customize it however I want. So most of my sound effects I actually download off the internet and then edit them to meet my individual personal wants for how I want my videos sound to be. So a lot of times with these custom sounds I've made, then once I'm done with them, I just save them and then add them to my library where I can use them for videos in the future. So it takes a lot of work to build up this library over the years, but it's definitely been worth it over the time. So obtaining, editing, and creating your own sound effects is going to take a lot of work and a lot of time, but it'll definitely be worth it because over time you'll be able to build up your library and just keep reusing the same audio files that you've used in previous projects before. And lastly, we're going to move on to the final composite program and visual editor that I use for my videos. So I use HitFilm for Express to compile all of my effects, my audio clips, and other resources into the videos all together into one. So this program, I'm able to take various videos and photos and put them all together into one single frame so that I get the desired output that I want. So I can apply green screen effects, add lightsaber effects, add lighting effects. It's important to note that this software doesn't come with video effects. So, for example, for explosions or laser effects or fire effects, I have to download those off the internet and then import them over my base footage of the stop motion. So, the process of acquiring those effects is pretty similar to the process of acquiring various visual effects. So it just takes a lot of time, research, and patience to find all of the video effect packs that you want. So you can purchase a variety of them, but then there's also plenty of free content available on the internet. I've never paid for visual effects packages. I've only downloaded them for free from various sources. So, as you can see, there's a lot of layers that go into each individual shot. It takes a lot of time to do this as well, but definitely worth it when you start seeing the final pieces of your projects coming together. I would highly recommend HitFilm 4 Express as a editor if your computer can handle it. It's a very high quality piece of software that is very professional yet free. HitFilm 4 Express does have a pretty high learning curve, but once you get past the curve, your potential and power to edit your videos just drastically increases. So as you can see with like this Luke Skywalker versus Kylo Ren on Crate video, there's a lot of details that go into the backgrounds of even the most basic scenes where you have to edit in the fog or dust in the background or the skies or the mountains, or you have to color correct the plates on the bottom of the screen. And so HitFilm 4 is just a really powerful software that I use, and there's not much else out there that you can use for video editing that can handle the amount of detail that you need for films like these. So I think that stop motion is a great hobby, and as long as you put in the effort and time to always keep improving your content, it will get better and people will view it more. So if you're new to it or have been to it in a while, hopefully you've taken away something from this behind the scenes video and some pointers or tips. If you have any questions about my video making process still, or about certain particular aspects of the video making process, then you're welcome to put them in the comments section below. Other than that, that concludes this video. Thanks for watching.